is where creativity and community come together in the jewelry and accessory world. We do lots of different things here. We go live throughout the week with different types of lives, and we do it on different social medias. We will go live with chats, try to do twice a week, and that is where you get to ask questions about jewelry making and running a small business. We will do lives where it is called a Makers Meetup, and that is where you get to come and join me on a live. If you want to join, you sure can. And we just make something. This last week, we were doing some wire wrapping. I am not good at wire wrapping. It's something I need to learn. And you guys give me the tips and tricks to it while we're on the live. So it helps me out. We also do tutorials, which is where I show you how to do jewelry and accessories step by step. And then we do live events. The live events are where you get to add items by claiming them in our events. And so we've got all different kinds of things. I am trying to figure out, I need to go to my history because I need to give somebody, okay, I got her name here. I need to give credit to somebody for today's tutorial. It is using beads. So I've got a couple different colors of beads here. We have some 4 to 4.5 by 3.5 millimeter faceted rondelles in pink. We're going to use that one. And then we also are going to use some faceted rondelles that are 3.5 to 3.8 by 2.5 to 3 millimeters. And this is light green. So we're going to use those two. We had those up for our encore event yesterday, and we're going to use them. The pink, that's the last strand of it. The light green, I still have a few more strands, but that's what we're going to use for our beads. I'm taking them out of the bag so you guys can see them out of the bag. Let's see. There we go. Doop, doop. We will also need bracelet, like three, or not three, sorry, 2.25 inch diameter bracelet memory wire. And what we're going to, you'll need large jump rings. So I'm just going to grab my jump ring. I have them all in different sizes in each one of these little containers, and I just have it sitting by me all the time. So I got that. And we're going to need, let me grab a few of these. Erp. I grabbed a lot, not just a few. I'm going to be using silver earring wires. So those are the supplies. Your tools you will need. I'm trying to grab them. I did not grab the tools. I was like, oh, I'm ready. And then I get on and I'm like, hi, Murda. I forgot to grab the tools. All right, we're going to use memory wire cutters. With memory wire, use a wire cutter or memory wire cutters. Don't use your flush cutters or your nice ones. Hello. Um, because it will ruin them. So we have those. And then I think I want to try doing it with my 3-in-1 bail making one and do it with this one. You can also do it with a round nose pliers if you want. I'm going to try it for the first time using this while we're live, see how that looks and decide which one do I like better. All right. And that is what you need for tools. Okay. What are we making? Hi, Julie. We are going to be making hoop earrings. This is what we're going to be making today. These can be worn like this way, and when you wear them, I live in the United States in South Dakota. So these would be this way. If we add in a small jump ring, which I'll show you how to do, you can wear them sideways like this way. So it's all about preference of which way you like. So I'm going to show you both ways and how to do that. So that is our goal for today, is to make those in different ways, 2 different ways. So just to let you know, to make these earrings, a 4 millimeter size bead, we used 37 beads. So we're going to need to use around roughly 37 beads for each one. That means I don't know. I didn't even think about it from that aspect because the wire one last couple of weeks. So someone said these would go well for Zuli's creative challenge, 80s and 90s. I'm just like 80s. This would be 80s if you had the right colors. Um, but last time her creative challenge, what I made on one of ours, I was like, hey, this will work for it. I just need to take pictures. And I never took pictures. So, but what I was going to say about counting is that if you're going to do here, I did 7. So you would do 37 minus 7 to have 30 beads remaining, divide it by 2. So 15 and 15. If for some reason you didn't want to have so much here, you wanted to have 5 instead. So 37 minus 5 is 32. Divide it by 2, 16 on each side. If you wanted to make this 9, you guys are getting the picture here. 37 minus 9 is 28. Divided by 2, 14 and 14. So it's a lot. This will be a math one. Sorry, everybody. If they're 4 millimeter size beads. These green are a little bit smaller than a 4 millimeter. So with those, you will need to probably add on about 4 extra. Yep, math today. So a total of 41 is where I would start at and see where we're at. All right, that was our math. All right. I am going to point you all down. I'm going to play with my slinky, aka memory wire for bracelets, as I'm pointing you guys down. Hold on. And while we are down, oh, I got to do 2 things. Math can be mean. Yes, it can be. 2 things. Number 1, while I'm down, I can't see comments all the time, especially I do not have a way to see them on YouTube, so I won't see yours. And number 2, I do have to give credit. This is not my idea. If I went out and was watching some different things on the tube, and Chaos and Create with Jen is the one that pointed me with these ideas. I mean, doing this is not a new concept, but how she measured everything out, that's what I want to give her lots of kudos for, because I've always tried these and I could never get them to be the same size. So I'm going to show you how to do it. But once again, her name was Chaos and Create with Jen. Okay, here we go. We're going down. All right. So I have my memory wire here. When you start with memory wire, you have the end and then you have the loop. I can't believe this was this easy and I never thought about it before because I always thought they have to touch, yada, yada, yada. So I always made this longer and I never could get them both the same length. Don't think about that. Let's erase that thought from us. You see where these match up right here? Just go in and cut it off right there. We're going to do it again right where these 2 meet. So I'm going to bring that up close so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Here's our top. Where that meets on the wire here, that's where we're going to cut it. How easy is that? Did anybody else realize it was that easy? And here I was always trying to sit here and measure it. I'm like, that was easy. I love YouTube for ideas. Now we're going to take our 6-in-1 bail plier. I'm going to use the smallest one here. And I'm going to put that wire between the 2 right on the edge here so that we can curve this. And we're going to curve it away from us, reposition, and curve it all the way around. You have to reposition a few times. So we got our curve and it is going down. Okay. Now we're going to I'm going to do the pink pair first. So we're going to take off. Let me double check. How many of the pink do we have? We have 110. We'll have enough. Grab 4 or 5 of the, come on, get off. There we go. 4 or 5 of the beads and put them on there. I'm going to make this one a solid pink pear. This one isn't going to have, because you don't have to follow the one where I did the colors in there. You could just put 37 beads on here that are all pink and have a pink pair of earrings. That could be your pattern. Hi, Kay. So we got 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. I'm just grabbing 4 off of my strand and putting them on there. And most of the time they go on really easily. Makes it a really fast and quick. 28. 4 more makes 32. There's 32. 36. These last 4 weren't as easy as the first ones. 36 and 37. Okay. Oh, I know why now. I'm like, man, I have a lot more. It's because they're 3.5 this way, not 4. But that's okay because I can cut that off. Now, this is another thing that I learned from her video that made this so simple. Grab a ruler. From the last bead, you see how I have them pushed all the way up to here? The last bead, measure a 1/2 inch and cut off the excess. Now we're going to grab our 6-in-1 bail making pliers and curve that down and spin that around so that we have the circle. That is how you do that. I'm going to do these same steps to create my circle again, or my earring. So bail making plier, create our circle. We got that there. I'm going to put 37 beads on my wire. But before I do that, I'm going to get the wire off of there. I'm going to cut off this excess so I don't have to go through so much of it to get them on and off. I just cut off some of the strand. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 37. Okay, gonna move those out of the way. A half an inch from that last bead, cut off the excess wire there. Grab your either your round nose pliers or the bail making tool. Round that around, and you've got your second circle. Now, we're going to grab larger jump rings. This one is I don't want that one, I don't think. Let me go with the bigger one here. I'm going to go with my biggest one I have. And he is, whoops, let's put him on 39. He's a 10 millimeter jump ring. Okay. So he's a big one. You can use whatever size you want. Now I need flat nose pliers to open that up. I use 2 of these. Whatever pliers you use to open these up. All right, so there is a little slit in there. I was moving around to find that slit. Open it up by going 1 plier towards you, 1 away. Go ahead and put both of those circles on that jump ring and then close it up. So we have that. We're going to do that again here. I don't know if I like the 10 millimeter on here, but let me see what it looks like when I get them both on with the earrings. I might change this out really quick to a different size than the 10. Oh, if I just move it down, there we go. I just needed to fiddle with it. There we go. Let me move that down. There we go. All right. There we are. That's all. I just added in my jump rings. Now I take my earring wire. This one just doesn't want to lay down as well. And I am trying to adjust, whoops, wrong pliers, that the wire is going where it needs to be for the memory wire. There we go. Nope. See if I need to go. There we go. That's better. Okay. Each of the earring hooks has a way that you can open up that hook. So you just need to open that up, put it on without having a charm on it. Doesn't matter which way you put it on. I'm going to take these off of here so we can show you these. And I'm going to do this on this one. Now do you see, I want to leave this like this and show you. Do you see how he's popping up? And it's because this side isn't laying where I need it, whereas this one is flat. Do you see what I'm saying there? And it has to do with how the wire is bending here. See if I can get that to be straight. There we go. Whoops, totally missed. I'm missing my earring hook to put it on the display. There we go. Now it's better. So sometimes if they're not laying right, it's about how the wire is bent from the memory wire. We got those to lay down. So that is pair number 1, and that is where they are facing the big side out. Okay. The next pair we're going to make, we're going to flip them, and I'm going to show you those. This next pair I am going to make, we're going to use both the pink and the green together. Okay. So once again, let's grab this memory wire, find the end. There's the end. And cut that right there. We have 1. We need 2, so let me get another one cut. It's right there, and we're going to cut that right here. There we go. We got two of them. Now, I honestly think it's easier to use these because they don't stress the hand as much. Ooh, thank you, Cece. So we are going to use our bail making tool. And we're going to turn that around here. We got our circle. Now I'm going to use the green on the outside and pink on the middle. So these are a little bit smaller than those, but not by much. So I'm actually going to do, and I'm trying to think, let's do 15. I'm going to do 15 of these, 9 of these. So there's one. I'm going to grab 3, so we're at a 4. All right. So we have 4, 8, 12, and we got 15. So that's where we're at. I'm going to grab 9 of these. I'm going to cut this a little shorter so I don't have to go through all of that. So we got 4, 8, and 9. Okay. Then I hold it up and I look and go, okay, is this one here about straight across? Well, I have enough to be able to go up with the 15, and I will be able to. When you look at this, I have enough. So I'm going to do 15 of the green. So we got 4, I hear somebody outside and nobody should be outside right now. Thank you for the rose, Izzy. I'm going to be right back to see who is in our yard. Okay. Ryan left, but he came back, and that's who I'm hearing. So it was kind of freaking me out that someone is here when they shouldn't be, but it's really Ryan. Ay. I don't normally hear things, but they're right outside my window. There's 8. Here is 12. 3 more to get us to 15. That's funny, Michelle. Ooh, am I going to have a half an inch here? This will be cutting it really close here, everybody. Let's see where I'm at. I am right at a half an inch. I'm not cutting anything off of this one. And we're going to do our circle. Please be enough. Whoop, nope. Let's get you right to the end and get you going here. Whew. He was just enough to do our circle. Woo, that was a close one. There we go. What I was doing there is when I held it up, I noticed they were kind of like not straight, like laying flat straight. They were kind of bending away and towards me. So that's what I did, is just made them straight. Here we go. Thank you, Rosie, for the follow. We're going to do another circle with our 6-in-1 bail making tube or making plier. We're going to put 15 of the green on. Well, hello from Texas. I am in South Dakota. And I have been to Texas, but only in the Dallas Fort Worth area. There's 8. Here's 12. We do lots of fun things here. So we do tutorials, which we have today. We do chat times. There's 12, and we're gonna do 3 more for a total of 15. Oh, so I've been in Fort Worth. It's been a few years, but yes, I have. All right. Now we're gonna do 9. We um we do tutorials like today. We do chat times where you get to ask questions if you'd like. We just sit and talk. This last chat we had on Wednesday, I was doing an unboxing of different items that we have gotten in lately. Some of those items, everybody, will be on tonight's live, and that is where you can claim items on our live events to add to your bead collection. So there is the 9, so the pink. Now we're going to do 15 of the green. I dropped one of the beads there. I'm going to grab it really quick, put it on. So that's 4. This is 8. And we also do makers meetups where that is where we can sit and make together on lives if you want to join us on the live, or you can chat with us. It's just a time for me to just unwind by creating. I don't get to do that a whole lot. These are um I'll give you the dimensions of the beads here in just a second, the size of them. Not the dimension. Holy buckets. Where did that fancy word come from for size? I just got to remember my count. So this is 12. And then 3 more to make 15. So the pink are 4 to 4.5 millimeters by 3 millimeters. They are a faceted rondelle. Both of these are faceted rondelles. Then the light green is 3.5 to 3.8 by 2.5 to 3 millimeters. So this works great with 3 and 4 millimeter size beads. Now, this one might be a little bit more than a half an inch. He is. I'm just going to take just a snippet off. There we go. So it isn't as long. And then we're going to grab our bail making tool, use the small one here, and spin it around towards the bottom. There we go. He needs to get closed all the way. There we go. There we are. That's our second one. I'm going to move the beads off the mat. I am going to use this size split ring this time. So we can use different sizes. Nothing has to be like set in stone. And these are a 8 millimeter jump ring. We're going to open these up with our chain nose pliers. Where are you? There you are. All right. And then put both circles onto that jump ring and then close up the jump ring by going the opposite way you used to open it. There we go. Gonna use this one. Yep, we're using a 2 1/4 inch diameter memory wire, which is a bracelet size memory wire to make the earrings. There we go. We're gonna close that up. Now this pair, I'm gonna do a little bit different than the last pair. The last pair, you're gonna have it so that when you're wearing it, hold on, let me get the earring wire out. There we go. You're gonna see it this way. This time I'm going to do it this way so that it's inside. We do all kinds of different things to create here. Lots of different things. I'm not taking credit for this. I wanted to do memory wire earrings and I've tried so many times and failed. So what I did this time is I actually watched a YouTube video by a lady named Chaos, and I forgot the rest of it, so let me look really quick. Here it is. Chaos and Create with Jen. And she's the one that gave me some of these ideas that we're using today, and they worked great. Now I'm taking a 3.5 millimeter jump ring, small one. I'm going to open that. I'm also going to take my earring wire and put that on and then close it up. So it takes one extra smaller jump ring to do this way. And I will show you in just a second after I get it to flip around on me. Because where did I put that at? There we go. I'm going to put it on here. Me and this earring holder are gonna like have some fun. You're not gonna see it on here the way it's gonna sit. So I'm gonna bring the camera up in just a minute. So 3.5 millimeter jump ring, find the opening, open one toward you, one away, grab that wire, and you wanna grab that wire between the two circles here. You wanna grab that jump ring wire and then add on the earring wire, and then close it up going the opposite way, making sure that it is properly closed and not a little bit of a gap in here, which is what I have, but I got to get that. Ay, ay, ay. I think that's, let me see. Yeah, we're not closed. I see it right there. There we go. We got her closed now. All right. So I was going to say, thank you for the heart me. I'm going to bring you guys up, okay? Hi, Ducky. Hello. We're coming up for a minute here. Hello, everybody. All right, so this is what they're going to look like if they were on the way that we were doing before. But remember, we did these differently. So when I take these off and I would put them in, they're not going to turn that way. They're going to be this way. I don't wear hoop earrings. I'll put them in. I don't like hoop earrings, so see how they're going to lay more this way than that way. If I were to do this one where we have it without that extra, I'm going to show you. See how they lay more that way. Does that make sense, everybody? How adding in that one jump ring turns it from this to this. Ooh, I do not like dangly earrings on me. Thank you, DJ Frosh, for the follow. So that is what this one looks like. You can use any type of bead that you want on these. You don't have to use just glass beads like we did today. Like the ones that we had here, I'm going to put these on the display if I can get them on there. You guys are going to laugh at me on my display. I keep trying to put them on and they keep flying off because I'm not getting them on there. Ah, holy Lord. There we go. So these are using a bicone 4 millimeter. On these, I did put two jump rings. I'll show you up close, okay? Hold on. Do you see where we have I'm going to show you over here on TikTok in a second. Ooh, I got some bad hangnails. Here we have the 3.5 millimeter and the 8 millimeter. So we have two there. Whereas this one we did 10 on this one. So that's the difference, and getting it to turn one, being full like this, one jump ring. This way, two jump rings. So these were the examples that I made yesterday. I didn't show you over here. I'll show you in just a second the jump rings, okay? So this is using bicones, and then this is using, these are 4 millimeter bicones, and these are 4 millimeter round. This is Riverstone, and this is glass. So you can use different products. This is the two. So you see one jump ring right there, and then the second jump ring there. whereas this one uses only one. So that's the difference. We can do another pair. We still have time, everybody. We did 2 pairs in less than a half an hour with explaining and everything. That tells you how simple these are to make and what you can do with those. So I have not pulled any of the glass beads that I'm going to do for tonight. I'm going to try to bring in some 4 millimeter size glass beads so that if you guys want to do that, you sure can. I do not have any 4 millimeter size naturals right now. You guys know my one order that had those in there went to La La Land, and I'm waiting impatiently, patiently for it to get here. So I do not have 4 millimeter naturals. I do have a 2 millimeter garnet natural, but I think the hole for that might be too big or too small. I'm sorry, too small for the memory wire. So I'm not going to say to use that one, but if the hole was right, those would look stunning. But let's see what we can find for beads behind me to show you how to do some different naturals. And we're just going to pull different, we're really looking for that 3 to 4 millimeter size bead. Shape doesn't matter. Okay, as you saw, we've used rondelles, we used rounds, we used bicones. The shape of the bead doesn't matter as much as the size. For some reason, this is one where the size makes the difference and makes these earrings. You could do, let's see what we got for purple. Where's my natural purple? Right here. All right. These are glass pearls. That's not natural. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to look in my purple here in my own collection to see if I have some 4 millimeter round. Guess what I have in 4 millimeter round? Yes, I did. I have 4 millimeter round Riverstone in purple. We could do that one. Okay. Let me put the X there for now. Okay. Now we're going to have another color. This is the purple Riverstone, everybody. So we're going to use that. And what other color do I want to go with it? Or do I just want the Riverstone? I'm having a moment because I cannot get more of these. And you know how it is when you can't get more of it. Do you use it up? And part of me is like, yes, just use it. This is the bead that I have, that necklace. Ooh, transparent coral faceted. I don't, my coral is in my orange, and my orange I can't reach. That's the only stinky part. It's up on top on my beads, on the very top. It's 8 foot tall. Ashley over on TikTok says she hoards like that too. Um, okay, hold on. I want to see if I have this over here. Yep, I do. I do have it. Nope, that's not what I wanted, but it's very close. Oh, I do have it. It's down here. I found it. Ah. Should we do it with green? Here, I'll show you. You guys tell me yes or no. Should we put these two together? Yes or no? And I'm not going to be hurt if you guys say no. Patty says yes. Cece says yes. Okay. Trisha said yes. Okay. In the way these are, because they're natural beads, the purple looks smaller than the green. So what I'm going, Cece says, my colors. I am going, oh, Ashley even said, oh yes. I'm going to use the purple as the, like this color here. And we're going to do the green right here. So I'm going to point you guys down and we're going to make one more pair here. All right, here we go. All right, gonna grab our wire again. Memory wire, bracelet size, 2.14 is the diameter. Where the link starts at, where it meets up with the coil below it, that is where you cut. So we're gonna cut that one. So we got one. We need to cut a second one. So here is that one right here. And we're gonna cut that one. There we go. Set the memory wire to a side. We're going to start our first one. We're going to grab our 6-in-1 veil plier. You can use a round nose plier. Create the first loop. There we go. We got our loop. He is kind of not sitting straight, so I'm going to put him straight right now, hopefully. There we go. If my word of advice, if you're going to use your round nose, to get them the same, all four of them to be equal, use a Sharpie marker, make a line, and that line is where you're going to make the loop for all four. That is my word of advice for anybody who is going to use your round nose. Now we're going to put on, please have a big enough hole. We're going to put these on. Yes, it did work. Yay. All right. We got 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Those two are stuck together. 12, 13, 14. Come back here. Okay, there's 14. I think I'm going to put 15 on. We'll do 7 of the green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember, we're using 37 total beads. If we do 7 of the green, that leaves us with 30 for the remainder. So we need to make sure we can get 15 on each side. So that's where we're at. I think we'll be good on that one. So then where's the hole? This is when they come off the strand. It's a lot easier to restrand them if you're bringing them off the strand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If I can find the hole, there's 11. 12, 13, 14. Oh, he doesn't want to go on. So we'll do 14, 15. Do I have a 1/2 inch here to do that loop? He's going to be a tight one. He is just a little bit short. We'll see if we can get him in there. Please work to get that around. Hey, we got it. Woohoo! Okay. Now, I'm hoping you guys can see. These are not like straight up and down. Are you guys seeing where they're just a little bit off kilter? And that's where we use these pliers to try to get them straight. He is in the wrong spot. There we go. Get you straight and get you straight. There we go. He needs to curve a little bit. I'm going to use this. Go down. We put enough pressure that I moved where my beads were at on the memory wire when I was trying to get that other side to curve right. There we go. And so I wanted my bead, he was going past here, so I had to get him fixed. I've never seen that happen before, but that's what happened. And you are way back here. There we go. There we are. Now we're going to grab our second wire. Whoops. All right. You can use the, you're right, Denhel. So if you want to use seed beads, whoops, that's the wrong one. I got to get to the right size here. If you want to use seed beads for these, you sure can. I just don't do seed beads anymore. I need this to straighten this out. There we go. I need some more of the purple on my cloth or my bead mat here. So hold on. There we go. 15 of the purple. Where is our hole? There he is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's that one that's too small. 6 is going on. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then here's 15. Now we're going to do 7 of the green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7. Both of these colors are supposed to be 4mm size beads. But when you look at the purple ones, the purple river stone, they are just a titch smaller. I'm going to see if I can figure out if they're like, I know what I can do. I'm going to use this thing. They're 3.9, whereas these are 4.4. So they're both supposed to be 4mm, but that's the joy of natural beads. So that would explain why I don't have very much left at the end. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go on. There we go. 11, 12, 13. Well, oh my Lord, do you guys know what I did wrong? I'm still using green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm like, why am I running out of room? And then I looked at it going, oh my Lord, Carol. You guys can laugh at me. Let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whoops, I dropped one. 10, 11, 12. We're all humans. So that was a human moment. 13, 14, and 15. Well, that wasn't the hole. There's the hole. Ooh, yeah, yeah. We have less on this one than we did the other one. So let's see if we can get that curve in there. Get you back around. I'm going to have to take, okay, this is going to be an oddball where he has one less on that side because I cannot do it. I will probably remake them and make sure we got a little bit more wire or do 14 on both sides. There we go. Got it. Woohoo! That was a stretch. Okay. I am just going to use our 8 millimeter. Or is this a 7? Let me look. I'm doing 7 this time because that's the size I grabbed. Open this up. 1 and 1. There's my other plier. I'm like trying to find my other plier. There we go. Grab this one. Plier. There we go. Let's straighten that one out. This right here needs to go this way. There we go. Earring wires right here. Wrong side. There we go. In the middle, open that up, put that on. Same here. Here we go. That is the river stone. Why can I never hit this on the first try? There we go. The river stone. I really like those colors together. I'm going to bring it up, everybody. So we measured the beads. These were 4.5 millimeters. These were 3.9. Now, because these were 4.5, that made it a little bit harder to get them done. So what I would suggest when you have that is that we would have done 14 on each side to give us our little bit of extra room for those earrings. So that's where making the size of the bead makes a difference of how much you put on there. But I love them. I really do like those. And I use the beads that I don't really ever use, everybody. It's kind of like some of us with the gorgonias. We hoard our gorgonias. I I hoard my river stone. And it's funny because I was like, oh, I don't want to use them all. I didn't even make hardly a dent in there. But you get so freaked out about your bead collection. I'm so excited about those. I will redo them off camera and I'll put 14 on each side instead of having 15 just so that they are even. So seriously, that's what I will do off camera to make those easier, to make them even and that type of thing. But that's what makes a difference because if you take 7 times a 0.5, That is 3.5. That's equivalent to one of the beads. So now does that make sense why knowing the size of bead that you're using makes a difference? If we're going to use 37, 4 millimeters, if you have one that's a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, you need to adjust a little bit for that. And that's where, even though we're creative, we do have to use our math minds. So yay! I'm excited about these. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but for me personally, being able to finally do this, because this has been a tutorial that I have tried, and and I'll use the word hate. I hate that I could never get them the same size. It just took someone else on a video saying, do it this way, and they come out the same size each time. So I'm very grateful for everybody. The neon was 80, the 80s, like mid 80s. Um, so by doing that, I can check something off my list that I've been wanting to do. And because of someone on the tube explaining it, that is all it took. And that's one of the things that I really do appreciate about this whole community, is that we will share our tips and tricks with each other. You know, we have the times when Zuli does her weekly creator workshops. We do tutorials here all the time. I know Vicky does tutorials. There's a lot of people here on TikTok, but we can use other social medias to learn from too, and bringing it back here to share with each other and being like, hey, here's a tip. And that's what I love about this community. I'm putting all the extra beads in the bead soup. We're close. Let me show y'all how close we are with the bead soup. Let me show you. I'm going to get the bag out of here. I got bags for the bead soup, and then we have chips in here. I haven't stirred it in a while, so let me stir. Yep, Patty. Patty does them by herself. See, I think we should probably start bead soup. What do you guys think? Should we start doing bead soup? We have all of the extra beads. You guys have to let me know. So whenever we're doing we had the butterfly bead. I have to just let it go. I can't sit here and look at it and go, oh, I got a cage in here. You can make a pendant. So I do have some findings in here, everybody, along with that. But the thing is that if we all share with each other, that's doesn't mean, oh, I know what it was that I was going to do for the Zuli. Take a picture of. It was these. And I never took a picture of it. It's just that if we share the little bit about it, we can learn from each other. So that's what I'll say. All right. I have, there's my tools. I'm like, where'd my toolbox or my toolbox? We do giveaways with it, Danelle, is what we do. And then we figure out what can you make with the bead soup. Um, so tonight's live event is going to be debut items. Right now, I have two items that are making a return to the studio. One is the flamingo charm pendant that you guys have like it was gone right away. So I brought some more back. And then we also, which is this here, see the flamingo, he's back. And then we have 2 millimeter jade or garnet, sorry, garnet. Garnet. Those are the two for the bring back. And then we have necklaces. We have four different pendants. We have two jump rings that are colored. One's hot pink and one is white. We have two different types of cabochons, a cabochon setting. We have acrylic beads. We have 3 different acrylic beads. I haven't seen Nordic Luna like chime in a lot, but the ones that Nordic Luna really liked yesterday, where you've got those ready to go. We have, what else do we have down there? We have a wood. Okay, those will be here tonight, Nordic Luna, just to let you know. We have a wood strawberry bead. We have 2 different colors of 0.8 millimeter cord. I'm just starting on the naturals, and then naturals and the glass I still need to do, and gorgonias. So we're gonna have a full night tonight, and I still got to get it all done, but we'll get her done. I'll show you the strawberry bead. Here, hold on. It is red. I'll show you. He's not that far away. I can grab him. So I'll take it out and show you here, Patty. Ducky's like, I don't need any more strawberry beads. There you go. You'll get 2 in the bag for a value of 1 of those. They are 20 by 17 and a half, and they will fit pens too. So they're larger strawberry wood beads. We're going to get some wood beads when those come here that I was telling you guys about earlier this week. Um, we're going to get lots of wood beads, a lot of wood beads. But that means I have to bag them up because of how they are coming. And of all things, because they are not coming from across the ocean, they will be here in a week. Oh, good. I'm excited, Ducky. So, yeah, so be prepared. We're going to have lots of different things. And it's not going to be just, and also at Nordic Luna, I do not have any of the tassels that have the string on them. They all have an end cap on them. So that's not going to work with the idea of what you showed me. And so I will have some tassels like you want in with that order that or the yeah, we'll just say that is coming. Okay. I'm like, if I could do that, I'd be like, here, because guess what? It's a lot. My sister is gonna come over. It's really weird. Um, okay. I didn't grab any of those for tonight. Those I've had before, and I left them out so that I'm gonna have next week on one of our encores. I am going to bring some different tassels. Yeah, we need. I would be like, oh yay! Except for the bed, I only have one, is like covered with beads right now. Yep. I had they usually swim. And one decided to come here but didn't have the right paperwork. So they have to, instead of being able to send electronically the paperwork that's correct, they have to send it back. It is all 100% political. And I'm not going to get on my political soapbox because we don't bring that here, but it is political. In the past, they have always been able to send electronically the correct paperwork and it gets done. But because of things that are going on in our world right now, it has to go back, get the correct paperwork, and go back again. That's the issue with my order. That is from over there. I'll have one come before that one will. Yeah. So, and that order was not an itty bitty one. So I have a lot of value tied up in this one that's going to take forever to get here. Makes me want to cry, in all honesty, because as you guys know, I try not to ever have to, if I have it in my account, I'm going to be able to get more for you guys. I don't like to finance anything for my business. And so it's tied up. That's my whole spiel. So sometimes I'm not going to be able to get as many things because it's tied up there. I know. I'm just like, ah. So yeah. So, but we have a couple of them. There's no crying here. Nope. Oops, hold on. There's no crying here, but we'll get through it, and it'll be fine, and it'll get here someday. But we have this or one that's coming in there. Yes. I will have those. I will My goal is that those will come in July. My goals for, because we're getting towards the end of June. July, I want to do a Christmas in July, and I've already got things working out for that. To end off June, I want to try to get, and I haven't even started bagging. That's what's the problem, because I had to sit here and do all this analysis of this other stuff. So it's put my week behind. But like next Saturday, I want to have a silicone event. We are going to bring all of the focals that we looked at when we did the unboxing on Wednesday. Those silicone beads will be there. I have some patriotics silicone beads that are prints, and I'm going to get those ready too. And we'll bring some 20. We're not going to bring all of the 20 in one swoop like I was hoping, but we will bring 20. Um, then once, or not 20, I'm sorry, 12 millimeters. Okay. Okay, Ducky, since you're going to be busy, do you want me to hold off? Because I have enough stuff that I could do other silicone things. Would you want it? Let me look at the calendar, Ducky, because this might give me a breath breather and a really yahoo. Okay. So, would, okay, July 4th. Is anybody doing something on July 4th during the morning? You guys let me know. Because I could bring the 20 millimeters on July 4th or July 11th. Okay. How about July 11th? We'll do the 12 millimeters. That gives me time to get them all done. And I will feel less pressure. I know I was trying to get them for June, but the 27th, I will still do a silicone event with the new focals and with the 15 millimeter prints that I have. And I have a question also. Sorry, this is question and answer time. I have a question. The prints. How do you guys want the prints? I've always done them in a bag of 5 and done it that way. Do you use 5 of all the same print? Or do you want me to break them down and just do them as individual? And then when we would just put them in your bag or basket, and then I would just count up how many, and we'd do it times the value of it, and all the prints would go in one bag. Or do you like to know what the name of the print is? Can you guys let me know which way you would like? 5 in a bag or one? You can pick how many of that you really want. So if you only wanted 2, you could do 2. If you wanted 1, you can do 1. You just won't get the names of them if I do them individually. And when you say multiple, Ashley says 5. Do you mean having the 5 in the bag there, Ducky? 5. Okay, I'll leave them as 5. I just wanted to ask. So I will keep them as 5 in a bag then. I had this thought and I'm like, I wonder if you guys would like that. So I can do that. And I would bring in those checkerboard ones also on that next Saturday. So next Saturday will be a silicone day with the new focals, with the new prints, and then some patriotic prints. I know it's only a week before that, but I totally spaced off that I had them. Um, they are multiple color print. I don't know if there's, hold on, I'll run down and go grab it. Hold on. I can tell you in a second. No, not even close. Here's what they look like, Ducky. So there's the pink is with black. Right there is the pink and black. So they have the black with different colors. So we have red, aqua, green, purple, pink, yellow, multicolor, different kinds. Okay, so that's what we'll bring also for a print. I did already. Yep. That one is in this container here. I'm going to grab these. These. Yes, they do. So there's the swirly ones. There are going to be 3 in the bag for a value of 1. And I have 29 bags of that one. Now, if I remember, I have 29 bags by 7 o'clock tonight is another thing. But next Saturday we'll have these. All right. Any other questions, you guys? I'm okay. I'm gonna be here for a little bit. I'm just gonna go finish getting everything ready for tonight. And I'm trying to figure out if I have more of these coming or not. I don't think so, but I might. Love it. Just be right in, Nordic Luna, because remember, you get to go first if you pop in. Okay. And I can show you guys throughout what we're going to have next Saturday for those that can't. So if you want somebody else to put it, and then they just need to let me know it goes in your basket. I don't have a problem with you guys working together. I just need to know where it goes. And it was funny because last week I knew it was for someone else, that someone was claiming for them. And I actually put it in the person who wanted it. And they didn't even tell me. I just did it. And then they sent me a message and I'm like, yeah, I kind of figured that. So it's already in your basket. I just know you, we get together a lot. So we get to know each other. All right. I'm going to hop off. We're going to get everything ready for tonight. I have a little bit more work to do in less than 4 hours. Yay. I'll get there. All right. You're welcome, everybody. Everyone, have a great rest of your afternoon. See you at 7 p.m. Central for debut event. All right. Bye.